welcome back to another episode of Coffee Wars. I'm back. These two have been holding down the fort, and they've been doing a great job. The videos have been looking great, so I'm liking what I'm seeing.
And we're glad you're back.
Thank you.
Glad that everyone is back. You know, definitely not the same without the whole gang back together.
Yes,
you know?
yes. But yeah, so I'm with I'm
I'm gonna cry.
Oh Jesus. So I'm Sam. I'm here with Grant and David. So we're gonna be talking about the Maul show. Just quick little shout out to my to one of my clients, Wyatt. He got me this Darth Maul shirt. So
Yes,
this
sir.
is the
Yes,
fit
sir.
check, fit
Yes,
check,
sir.
fit check.
The Star Wars gym stuff goes hard.
Yeah. So it's definitely been blowing up recently.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be talking about the Maul show, Star Wars' most recent animated project that came out, and it is by the same studio that created Clone Wars. You can see the progression of animation from where Clone Wars started to where it was in season 7 to the Bad Batch, and then it carried into Maul. And speaking about the animation,
Yeah, I want to talk about the animation.
they changed it a little bit by adding a lot of unfinished backgrounds.
Yeah.
So like where it almost looked like there was paint strokes.
Yeah.
And then even like the lightsabers and certain things, like the characters, like they kind of looked like unfinished, like a little dirty, and that was done on purpose. But even like his lightsaber, it didn't look like how it normally does in the way that all of the lightsabers looked. They looked not as like kind of clear, clean cut. Thank you.
Yeah.
They were a
It was
little
more
bit
stylized.
Yeah, it looked like someone was using a paintbrush.
Yeah, and I like that
screen.
because I mean, obviously, if they just kept the same style of animation from season 7, but obviously like cleaned it up, made it better, we would all be happy.
Mhm.
But I liked that they made the animation in the Maul show more stylized and almost they were thinking about the cinematography more.
That, but also it's a reflection of his viewpoint.
Yeah.
Because the show is the first time we're really getting his, like, we got his perspective in Clone Wars a lot. Clone Wars obviously added a lot to his character.
Some might say his entire character.
Yeah, so we were talking about this before. David brought up a good point where there are fans out there that say Maul is the Clone Wars original character. Now I don't believe that's true. That's my personal opinion because obviously he was in Phantom Menace, and there was other lore out there before Disney took over Star Wars. And I mean, even before that, yes, in Clone Wars pre-Disney, they added a lot more to his character, but there was some other stuff going on before the Clone Wars show. Like there's some other novels and things like that. He's a Star Wars character. He was a movie original character because that's where he appeared.
Yeah. The entire point of those people who say that is that most of his development comes from the Clone Wars, like specifically season 4 and above. They're two very completely different characters, almost. Which I know you may not agree with that, and that's fine, but I think me and Grant hold that opinion.
No, I mean, I'm going to disagree with you guys because he's the same character, but he's gone through character development. Because it's not like where Anakin and Vader are kind of like different characters. He's still Maul, but he went from a Sith, the Sith Lord's apprentice, and he was a Sith Lord himself. He's the rule too, right? He went from the Sith,
even though Plagueis was alive when he was alive. I know it's technical, but I'm just saying.
So it's kind of like, well, he wasn't like Asajj Ventress though. Like he was Darth Maul.
I don't even know if
he was
Plagueis
awarded
was
the
alive.
title of Darth.
Yeah.
Did Maul ever meet, or did Maul know about Plagueis?
Now that's something because I didn't read the Plagueis novel.
I have no idea.
Let's just do it separate.
I have no idea.
That is some good research, guys. But if you know that, feel free to comment. But regardless, he had the title of Darth, so he was a full-fledged Sith Lord. Because you don't get the title of Darth if you're not a Sith Lord, right? And obviously, at this point in Star Wars, it's the rule of 2. When it was the Sith Empire and just the Sith Order, not everyone was a Darth. You're a Sith Lord, you get the title Darth, whatever, right? If I'm wrong about that, feel free, because the Sith lore kind of gets a little choppy at times, especially a lot of it is not canon. Feel free to correct me, guys. I promise I'm not a fake fan. But
we promise we're not LARPers. We swear we're not
No,
LARPing.
Star Wars is my favorite franchise of everything. It's my favorite IP.
Yeah.
The thing about it is that there's so much lore to Star Wars, more than almost every other franchise, but it's ever changing. It's all over the place, right?
Yeah.
bringing it back to the point, Darth Maul is a Sith, and he's a Sith Lord. He was apprenticed to Sidious, obviously. The Phantom Menace to the Maul show is he was a Sith, and then he lost to Obi-Wan. Now, Sidious probably knew Darth Maul was still alive, right?
Yeah.
But he was cast aside. He was left to rot, essentially.
And obviously everything happened
he kept himself alive, and he came back.
He tried to take over Mandalore. Obviously
lost. He did take over.
He did take over Mandalore. Ahsoka, obviously he lost and then was cast out. But then from the time Clone Wars ends till the Maul show starts, or actually, it might have been when Maul was ruling Mandalore. And this is a big plot point of the show, is that he created this group of syndicates called the Shadow Collective. And he may have started that once he ruled on Mandalore, because by the time the Maul show starts, the Shadow Collective disbanded.
So it began in Clone Wars, him and Savage with the Death Watch. They brought in the Pikes, the Black Sun.
Who are the Black Sun? Do we get like
the Black Sun are those green guys with like their spines protruding from their back, and they have the ponytails. Savage killed all the leaders and forced them to
with the spin, right?
He threw the lightsaber and killed all them. So they're from Expanded Universe.
That's ball knowledge right there.
They're not really there at the point of the Maul show. They're kind of they separated.
Wait, was it because towards the end of the Maul show, it was either the second in command, it was either for the Black Sun or Crimson Dawn. I don't remember.
It was Crimson Dawn.
It was Crimson Dawn.
No, Black Sun is specifically the green guy, like they're aliens.
Okay, yeah. So they do. The Crimson Dawn does show up later in the Maul show because
the Crimson Dawn does, and it's the same guy that was in Solo.
Okay, yeah.
Maul starts getting a lot of power, forming his Shadow Collective and all that, and he's ruling.
Yeah, Sidious sensed him or something.
Yeah, Sidious realized like, oh, you're back. I'm gonna go kill you.
Oh, so that's when Sidious comes and kills Savage.
Yes, and then he basically captures Maul instead of killing Maul. I'm not really sure why, honestly.
Yeah.
He didn't kill him.
There's a comic, we don't see that, like what he does, like in the actual Maul show, because obviously that takes place in the future. But he references like on that point of time. But can you like briefly talk about like that comic?
Grant actually read the comic. I've only seen parts of it. I didn't read the entire comic.
Because that's when his mother was killed too, right?
That's how I read it. It was on YouTube.
Yeah, so he escapes prison, and then eventually he
gets broken out. I don't know if it's by Death Watch or his.
No, it's no longer Death Watch. It's his Mandalorians.
His Mandalorians.
What the fans call Maul-Delorians.
Yeah, let's just call them
that. But it's
that.
Brooke Cast and
wasn't the
Gar
Night
Saxon.
Sisters? Oh, it was Gar Saxon. Okay.
Yeah, it was those Mandalorians. They save him. It goes all over the place. And then eventually he captures Dooku and Grievous.
Yeah. Wait,
and then he captures Dooku and Grievous. So he bested them somewhat, and then Mother Talzin was there to help.
And then it's revealed Mother Talzin's his mother.
We knew that.
We already knew.
Isn't it Grievous who kills Mother Talzin in that comic?
Yeah. Yes.
So how does that happen?
Basically,
let's not go plot for plot.
Palpatine shows up to confront him, and they have like a standoff. And I don't know, somehow Grievous gets free and kills.
It was Mother Talzin, Maul versus Grievous, Sidious, and Count Dooku. And was there a third player on Maul's side?
Probably, but I can't remember.
All right, so whatever. So yeah, Mother Talzin dead. I think that's when Maul got capped. Or no, someone comes and saves Maul. Oh, the Mandalorians. They come they get Maul out of there. Mother Talzin bought him time, and then she dies. Then time skip. He starts getting back together with his Mandalorians. They get back in contact, and then they have a small group in Maul.
Yeah.
So now we're finally at the point of the show. So yeah, the Maul show is really good. We talked about the animation looks great.
It almost kind of reminds me like some parts of Batman the Animated Series, where some parts is very like almost watercolor-esque, and that kind of adds to the whole like film noir aspect. And also the animation kind of changes with Maul and his feelings and attitudes towards the end of the show. The animation reflects like his point of view. We never really saw it. Like we saw his point of view kind of in Clone Wars, but this show, it's really meant to see like how he views the world. Yeah. And they did all these different details, like his lightsaber, for instance. It's Sam Witwer yelling and screaming when it's not just Maul like yelling. So they changed his lightsaber sound.
And he was wearing the face tattoos. Like he had his face
he
paint.
did. So they did.
While he's recording, he was in full Maul.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they did a little bit of motion capture for his facial expressions.
I thought they didn't do any.
They just got. I think they maybe just did it to see his facial expressions.
Oh, that's it. You're right.
But
absolutely, yeah.
The show has a lot of little details that they've been putting in, and you could tell they really worked hard on this show, almost harder than they've done in the past. And it shows like this is one of the best things that Star Wars has put out in a long time.
Easily,
if not at all.
Besides Andor, it's probably like the next best thing.
Because it's just the stakes are high. Andor's like high too because you're dealing with the Death Star, right? Yeah. But whenever you're dealing with specifically with like the Force sensitive people, so the Jedi, the Sith, that's when I feel like Star Wars is at its. Because if you think about it, everything big in Star Wars happens because of the Force sensitives. They're always around it. Yeah. That's the biggest part of Star Wars in general, right? So whenever there's Force sensitives in a show or like a movie or something, the stakes are really, really high.
Yeah. After Order 66, Empire, the stakes are going to be high anyways.
The Empire is after him as much as they are the Jedi.
Yeah.
Because he's a threat to the Empire.
Yeah.
He is a former, essentially, Sith Lord. He's a dark side user, and he's very powerful.
Like in Clone Wars, he's a bigger threat than he is now.
No,
because he knew more about the plan.
Yeah,
like Order 60, he knew about that.
But I think he's still a threat to the Empire.
No, he's still a threat, but I think he's a bigger.
He could easily put together his own army of Force-sensitive people and take on the Empire. They don't want Maul to get power.
Yeah. The whole thing is that they're trying to stop Maul from getting back his Shadow Collective.
But why didn't Sidious kill Maul when he had him like on Mandalore?
So I think Sidious works in mysterious ways.
He said, "I have other uses for
exactly,
you."
Yeah.
Exactly.
So if Dooku didn't got killed earlier, and Anakin didn't work out, then he had Maul to fall back on. He always has plans. So what are you saying?
I was just saying I love that ending because Maul tortures Obi-Wan in that episode and says the same exact thing, and Sidious just does the same thing to him.
Yeah,
that was so good.
But the Maul show, so good, dude. So good.
So it's cool to see. Maul's like, I won't let Sidious ever do something that to you, and he sees his childhood self in the reflection.
I love that scene.
And it's I won't let him. Yeah, it's like because he's like really coming to peace with essentially what.
That's right after he loses to those two Inquisitors.
He's the show it's about Maul, so it's seeing from his perspective. You want to feel for Maul. We like Maul. But in the end of the day, he is a bad guy.
Yeah.
And we'll get to the point because I don't want to talk about that part yet. Don't you dare bring it up.
No, I was going to say, I wish they adapted scenes from the comics, the Sons of Dathomir.
There's another season coming out, Grant, so who knows? We might get a flashback.
Maybe.
Yeah.
He's saying that he won't let Sidious essentially do what happened to Maul to anyone else, but he's basically going to do it to someone else. He's going to,
Exactly.
Literally the entire show, he wants Devin as his apprentice.
Yeah.
And it's you don't want Sidious to do that to anyone else, but you're basically... you're following in his footsteps, and people forget Maul is a bad guy. He's not a good guy. Grant, don't even. No, there's no argument. He is.
No, I'm saying I don't think people forget that.
No, some people forget the way some people watch it. They're like, oh, maybe he's gonna be an anti-hero.
No, that's what just because a character is complex and you could feel empathy for them doesn't make them an anti-hero.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
You're right.
People are like that with characters.
I think you're right though, because Maul is I won't let Sidious do this to anyone else, but he's doing that to Devin because I'm pretty sure, I think Docky would have died to Darth Vader anyway, but when Maul...
so that's what I didn't want him to bring up.
But when Maul force pushes Docky towards Darth Vader, he basically seals his fate.
There's no way you missed that.
Yeah, I didn't notice he force pushed him.
Oh my God.
And I'm just saying...
Okay, so we are bringing this up.
If Devin ever finds out that Maul did that, she's gonna go... she's gonna want him dead.
Listen,
there's a reason she's not in Rebels.
No, because Expanded Universe Darth Talon... That's essentially the theory is that Devin is becoming Darth Talon, a Twi'lek Sith Lord. They can't do it because you're pissing me off.
Am I thinking of the wrong person?
No, you are. She looks just like Darth Maul, but she's a Twi'lek. But I'm trying to tell you guys that there's multiple Sith at one point before Disney took over Star Wars. This is what could have been in the sequel movies, but they can't do it anymore because now they have Ben Solo. The Solos, Han and Leia had different kids.
They could make her a different character though. If
Luke
they want to
have kids now.
You guys, you're really making this hard.
How?
I'm making a point, and you keep cutting me off.
I'm sorry. Finish.
Oh my God, guys! You both of you just keep cutting in.
All we're saying,
I'm making a point.
Sam.
There's all these different Jedi fighting all these different Sith.
Okay,
she's one of the Sith.
She the one with the whip lightsaber.
No.
Okay.
God damn, dude. Okay, Darth Talon, everyone, is a Sith Lord that was Maul's apprentice.
Oh, really?
This character, Devin, is a Twi'lek Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
The whole theory that fans are having who know who Darth Talon is, and you can look up who Darth Talon is that they're basically going to make her what Darth Talon is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
I agree with that.
Okay.
So that she's probably going to get tattoos, right?
Yeah, but that's not the point that I'm trying to make.
Well, I'm just trying to imagine how she's
She
going to
could, but that's not the point. But so Maul is going after her from the start.
Yeah.
And yes, like he is the reason. Like Daki was probably going to die, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Probably going to
die. But Maul force pushed him into Vader.
I can't believe you didn't pick up on that scene.
It was so obvious.
It was very obvious.
I saw him abandoned.
He literally, I don't know, Maul literally pushed him into Vader and then left to go make sure that Devin didn't die because he wants Devin.
He's literally grooming her.
He manipulated.
He was in her dreams. Yeah.
He's just like Sidious in the fact that he manipulated the whole scene. That way, Devin saw Vader kill him.
Yeah.
That was the whole point, to make the dark side come out and make her give in to the dark side. He was literally letting her fight the Inquisitor without helping.
Yeah.
And then he didn't help until Vader showed back up.
I like how through the show, every time they fight, he's kind of training her, like how Dooku did the same thing to Anakin during the Clone Wars. Like each fight, he's like pushing her and pushing her.
Yeah, exactly. Now to your point that we were trying to make 10 minutes ago. Yeah, if she saw that, like if she saw Maul betray Daki, she would not want 100%. Maul to be her teacher.
So it's going to come back in a future season.
Well, if she ever be,
I think they're leading to that.
So Lawson is the one that saw that. He saw that happen.
Yeah.
Now it's not confirmed if he died.
I don't think he died.
So if he comes back and reveals that he saw that, then she's going to betray Maul.
I know in Star Wars, if you don't see a dead body, then they're not dead. But I think the message was pretty clear that he sacrificed himself.
I know, but if
he's not dead.
He's 100%.
He's not dead.
I'm not saying he is or not. If he reveals, like comes back and reveals to Devin that Maul betrayed Daki, then she's going to betray Maul and they're going to fight.
100%.
I can see that's how the show ends.
Devin's obviously not in Rebels, and she's not in the original trilogy, obviously. She's not in the sequels, so she may die at some point.
You know how Maul first shows up in Rebels and Vader's coming? He knows he's coming. He wants Kanan and Ahsoka's help to face him. It's like the same thing. He needed like Devin and Daki's help to face him. Because he knows he needs like at least 2 other people to fight Vader.
I don't know actually because when Maul first sees Vader, he's like, "You're not an Inquisitor," so it kind of sounds like he didn't know who Vader was beforehand. But obviously, he knew that Anakin would become Sidious's apprentice.
But he doesn't know that, and that's why Vader doesn't talk the whole fight because he knows Maul can like you
That's not why Vader didn't talk.
I think that's one of the reasons. That's a theory. The reason he didn't talk is because if you talk, he can use the Force to maybe somehow sense who he is.
No, I don't think he was trying to hide who he was.
I think
I think he just didn't. He didn't give a shit.
Well, yeah, that too.
Like he was in full weapon mode.
Yeah.
He didn't care about toying with them.
I think he was toying with them.
Yeah, but he didn't care about like making drama and talking like he did with Ahsoka or Obi-Wan. He was literally there just to kill them and be done with it.
Yep.
And you got to think he was probably so pissed off because he remembers. He knows who Maul is. Obviously, Maul almost ran over him with a speeder. Maul killed Qui-Gon. He knows who Maul is. He's just there on a mission to kill all of them. He's in full like I see red mode. Mm-hmm. He's not going to talk.
Just to kind of like finish this point, like Maul definitely knew who Vader was.
But so he had his suspicions that Anakin became the next apprentice. But when he saw Vader, he didn't know who Vader. Like he didn't know Vader was Anakin right away.
Yeah.
But he was like he had his suspicions. But he was like, "What are you?" Because he knows that he's not an Inquisitor. He knows he's like something else.
Yeah.
He didn't even know if he was like a Sith. He was like, "You're a monster."
He's probably gonna come to the conclusion if that's a Sith Lord, it has to.
He's
be
like,
Anakin.
and obviously no one mentioned Vader, so he didn't even hear the name Darth Vader yet. In Rebels, he does bring up the fact like whatever faced the one we call Vader. Like he knows of Vader later on. So at some point, like I know he's definitely probably going to fight Vader again, like in the future of the show.
Disney does this really well, where they go back and they add stuff like to fit nicely and neatly into the timeline. So if they want to do that later and explore that later, they could do that. I mean, I think even though the Vader fight was amazing,
but you got to think like
we didn't even talk about the Inquisitors beforehand.
I want to talk about the Inquisitors, but since we brought up the Vader fight, the reason why Vader is just packing up Maul. Is like Maul, he's a little nerfed because he doesn't have his
everybody was saying that,
acrobatic ability to what it was. The other side of that is Anakin trained himself to fight Maul.
Yeah.
He watched the recording of Maul versus Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan over and over again. He knew the way that Maul fights.
But didn't he program that droid, remember?
He programmed, in the comics, he programs a droid to basically mimic Maul, and he fought that droid like hundreds of times.
Yeah.
So that he knew the way Maul fights, like in and out, more than anyone, even more than Obi-Wan to an extent. That's the reason why Vader will beat Maul every time. Not just because Vader's more powerful.
I mean, even Ahsoka said if Anakin showed up, you wouldn't have lasted.
Because Anakin just knows at all of Maul's tricks.
Even though people say that Maul is nerfed, like sometimes, at the end when he's like, okay, like I'll train you to Devin to reach your full potential, and I'm like, as soon as I was watching that scene, I was like, all right, you could trade Devin for 1,000,000 years, you're never gonna beat Maul.
Okay, I'm gonna say something that you guys are gonna agree with. Do you think Devin fell like way too easily? Like,
no, I don't. I think.
I think that was a valid reaction.
I think the reason why he wanted her is because he sensed conflict in her. Because of Order 66 and everything. There was already conflict.
She was already angry.
So he just brought that out, and then he staged that moment.
But she knows her master would never want her to be trained by Maul, even if he died.
The thing is, when you're sensitive to the Force, your emotions, it almost messes with you when you give into the dark side.
Okay, I know it did like brew hype for me for the next season when she said I'm in, but like I'm just saying she might if she turned next season it would have made more sense than like immediately after.
I think it was perfect.
So. I think it was perfect because even before she met Maul, she was still conflicting with her master's orders about like staying low. She's like, no, we should do something.
She did not like hiding.
Yeah, she did not like hiding.
She wanted to fight.
There was conflict even before she met Maul.
I know, and she hates Vader more, so she wants to kill him. So I get it. Yeah.
Okay. But the only thing is that going back to talk about the Inquisitors now, I think Maul should have maybe had a better, shown better when he was fighting the Inquisitors more.
Yeah, back to what you said about him being nerfed. It's not just he was nerfed with his acrobatics. People said he was nerfed for the whole show.
I don't think so. I think he didn't kill the Inquisitors right away on purpose.
Why? To get for Devin?
Yeah, he was grooming Devin the entire time, manipulating her, and he was using the Inquisitors to do that. Obviously for plot too. He's like, he could have. Obviously, he's definitely more powerful.
Yeah, he's definitely stronger than both of them individually.
So
obviously, it was a 2v1.
So not even that. So the Inquisitors are all fallen Jedi. They're Jedi that
even the Raven one, the skull mask.
Yeah, those are Jedi that were during the Order. They were Jedi, and the Grand Inquisitor was already in with Palpatine before Order 66, and he had a list, or Palpatine had a list of Jedi that he knew could fall to the dark side. So then they all, were selected either pre-Order 66 or right after. He already had that plan for the Inquisitors, right? Yeah. So they are all already Jedi.
Have we seen these Inquisitors before the Maul show?
Marok, yeah.
Which one is that?
The
Crow one or the other dude?
The other dude. He was in Ahsoka.
He was in Ahsoka.
That was his reanimated corpse.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know the name.
So Marok is what he was called in Ahsoka. His Inquisitor name, I think, is I think he's the first brother.
Yeah, I mean the Inquisitors are cool, but they each one of them, they doesn't have a screen time for me to oh, it's this guy, the first brother. His name's Marok. I can instantly recognize him like that.
It's just levels to this fandom, guys. I know the Inquisitors pretty well because I actually think they're pretty cool.
I mean, yeah, they're cool, but I'm you can't really dog on me for not
the Crow is the 11th brother. Marok is the first brother.
And you think that Maul could have, if he wanted to kill them, 2v1, he could have?
So the point I was trying to make when I was explaining to you the lore of the Inquisitors is that they are picked up, they already are trained as Jedi. Majority of them were not Jedi Masters, right? Majority of them were just Jedi Knights or Padawans. And I think there were a few of them were Masters. We don't know who they were as Jedi, by the way, these two Inquisitors. We know the Grand Inquisitor was a Jedi Temple Guard, and that's why he basically is the reason why the Jedi Temple Guards didn't fight during Order 66. They have their Jedi training, but then they go to Vader as Inquisitors. And Vader just teaches them the basics of the dark side, enough for them to hunt other Jedi, not to be able to defeat someone like Maul. Yeah. So Maul should win. The reason he didn't is because Yeah, maybe he wasn't at 100%.
His leg was damaged.
He was getting a little overwhelmed with everything. But
Before he even fought them, his leg was...
he's also mentally not completely there right now, and he's also dealing with trying to get Devin. If Maul wanted to just kill them and be done with it, they would have been dead.
They still brought it though. They were like one of the best parts.
So I think the show also is showing that they are some of the best Inquisitors.
Oh yeah,
right? Because we know some of them have been pretty bad, to be honest.
But which ones are bad?
But he got
I think the fifth brother is pretty mid. He was in Kenobi, but he was all in Rebels first. And I think I don't remember her at the seventh sister.
Is that the big like green monster one?
No.
Am I LARPing for not knowing all the Inquisitors?
No, I don't.
Did you not watch Star Wars Rebels?
You can't blame.
I didn't watch it
don't blame the boy
through.
for not watching Rebels. Come on.
That's where the Inquisitors were even first introduced.
You know my opinions on the Inquisitors and Rebels.
Those ones were mid.
Yeah.
Like obviously Kanan and Ezra had problems with them, but Ahsoka was able to pack them up.
Oh yeah.
Then Maul was able to pack them up too.
I think the Inquisitor fight. I mean, the Vader fight was cool. I mean, it was really brief, but the Inquisitor fight was better.
Because it happens more out.
Yeah, because when it happened more, you got more details, and when they all clashed, like when Daki was like fighting off the blaster fire, and then came back, and all their lightsabers clashed at the same time.
Cool.
That was awesome. Like,
yeah,
you can't say that wasn't awesome. That was the
no,
most
I know.
Awesome
like it's
thing.
That was some of the best stuff we've seen of Inquisitors. That's what I'm saying. Like this show made Inquisitors cool.
Yeah,
they were already kind of cool, but like
no, these are
every other Inquisitor we've seen, they've either died or they lose every time, right? We rarely see them have moments like that, and that was pretty cool. Like I said, the Inquisitors are not meant to be more powerful than really good Jedi, right?
Yeah, they're
meant to track them down and kill them if they can. And if not, then that's why they called Vader. Yeah, because they 100%. Knew Darth Maul is a big threat, so Vader's like, I'm coming.
Yeah, none of the Inquisitors are Jedi Masters, right? They're just nuts.
That's what I don't believe they are. There might be a few that were.
I think what you said is right, where like, obviously there's a strength difference between the Inquisitors and Maul. But what I did like about the Inquisitors is that even though they might not have been as powerful as Maul, they were on his ass 24/7 because
that's what they're meant.
What they make up for it is that they're really good trackers. Like they were always on Maul and Daki and
so
Devin's
Inquisitors
ass.
Are meant to be relentless.
Yeah, they were so relentless.
And the thing is, the first brother, Marok, he has the same ability that Cal Kestis has, where they could sense force echoes. So that's why he was able to track them. He knew where they are because he has the force echoes. So he's able to track where they've been.
When they went underneath the grate, like they knew. They just sensed that they were.
Yeah, they're good trackers, but so he does, like, it's confirmed that he has that force echo ability that Cal Kestis has.
I just realized something. You know how their lightsabers can turn into helicopters and they can fly?
Yeah.
Why didn't they just fly over that lake of acid?
I don't know, Grant.
That's a good thought because I was going to say
they may have.
To you.
Yeah, they have, but they didn't. They just said, "Oh, he's coming to Vader."
Well, I
no
think
one
what
likes
happens
the helicopter thing. I was going to ask you this too. When Marok and the other dude were cornering Maul under the waterfall and they had their blades spinning, like I was gonna be like, what'd you do if they like did the helicopter thing, like like no one likes the helicopter thing, like that's why
I think it's pretty cool.
No, it's not.
I think it's unique. I think it's cool.
You don't actually believe that.
Yes, I do. I think it's cool. It adds. It's like it's something different. And I think
it adds a level of campiness and silliness.
I don't think so. I think it's pretty
cool.
I've
heard this argument before.
When they're flying away on their helicopter thing, that's stupid, dude. That's
no, I don't think so. I think it's just another tool, and it's like it's just interesting.
I mean, it's definitely interesting.
I don't think it's stupid.
I'm definitely.
I like that they have a spinning lightsaber. I think it's pretty cool.
No, yeah, you got a spinning lightsaber is fine, but don't like travel around with it like you're Mary Poppins.
Not Mary Poppins, y'all.
I don't know. I think it's cool that they could fly, and you can't use like physics because like a lot of things in Star Wars don't.
I'm not even talking about physics. But I'm just saying, it's just.
I don't think it's stupid. That's your opinion. But
I love
like
this take. It's just so funny because they.
It's still like if Marek and the other dude started doing that towards Maul and Devin and Daki, I would have been like, I'm turning this off.
But it's so easy to counteract. All you do is what Kanan did. You do two lightsabers in the center. You cut it. That's all you have to do. Like it's all intimidation.
Like if that happens,
that's what the Inquisitors do. Is They're trained in intimidation.
Yeah, but I mean,
that's their whole purpose is intimidation. People that don't get intimidated are able to defeat them very easily.
Yeah,
I mean, it's fine that you think that way, but if I saw that during the Maul show, I would have turned it off. I would not have watched it.
It's funny.
The show would have went from a 9.5 to like a 6. I would have turned it off immediately. I'm like, I'm not like.
That's your opinion.
I'm not watching that.
I heard someone when they watch Rebels, they hated it so much they call it like Piggy Wiggly or something like that. I don't know.
Listen, some Star Wars fans,
and that's probably why people don't like the Inquisitors from Rebels, because they were doing that shit.
That's literally the number one reason they were not fans of the lightsabers.
Whatever.
I actually like the ideas of the Inquisitors. The idea of it is cool. And some of them are cool, but just doing that stuff is, I don't know.
I don't like the Inquisitors because I always liked when it was just Vader versus all the Jedi. That was just my personal.
I think it's a cool layer. It's another tool that the Empire has.
Vader can't do everything himself, man.
Yeah, he can't be everywhere.
He can't be everywhere at once.
Yeah, exactly.
But I liked it better when he was the reason why all the Jedi were purged. Like,
well, he was.
But then they changed it to it was also him and Inquisitors because of Rebels.
Well, I mean, I don't know if the Inquisitors actually did the purging in the Order 66. They're more hunting people down after the fact.
The Grand Inquisitor did that, and like Palpatine, he recruited more.
I definitely like them more because of this. Now I can say I'm glad they were added to the universe. Just because of this. Like,
was there more Inquisitors in the?
There's a few.
Tales of the Sith. Was there?
Tales of the Empire. Yeah, there's a few more. Barriss Offee or Offee.
Oh,
she became an Inquisitor.
Yeah.
Like I said, she was already she survived Order 66 because she was in jail. And then they recruited her to become an Inquisitor.
Barriss become an Inquisitor or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you watch Tales of the
Did you just listen to what he just said?
I just said it.
He just said Barriss became the Inquisitor.
Okay. God, you guys are tough sometimes. Star Wars is my favorite thing, guys.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Some of these takes are sending me.
I'm not the biggest fan of Disney Star Wars. That's all I gotta say.
That's such a cope thing because Disney Star Wars is more than just the sequels. Like,
yeah.
Like if you say you don't like Disney Star Wars, you don't like Season 7.
You don't like Season 7. You don't like Mandalorian.
You don't like The Bad Batch.
Well, I'm mad about Season 7 because they scrapped so many plots.
I know that, but they
would have done that anyway.
I don't think so.
They would have done that anyway.
But anyways, I really thought this show was great.
Oh, it was so good.
And I'm excited for when they do Season 2. That's whenever. I think it's gonna maybe come out. Hopefully in a few years. Like I said, maybe we'll do more of that character, Devin. Who knows what's going to happen to her.
I really liked her character.
I thought it was cool.
Really good.
Yeah.
Really good character.
I think there's going to be a time skip to get closer to where we were, like where Maul was in Solo. That's more into the future. So like his story, this is only a year after Clone Wars. Solo is, pretty far out there.
Pretty far in.
How far is Solo from the original, like New Hope?
10 years prior, possibly.
So Kenobi happens at the same time?
Kenobi happens at the same time as Solo, yes.
That's so weird to think about Leia, and then Han Solo is
Han Solo is like 10 years old.
I know, but it's so weird when you see that.
If Devin could be in more projects, that would be awesome. She's 100% going to turn to the dark side.
She already has.
Yeah, but she could come back.
Yeah.
I don't think she'll come back to the light side. She could turn against Maul, but she might stick with the.
She could go back to the light side.
She hasn't bled her crystal yet, so.
Well, I think.
Wait, is that canon still? The bleeding the kyber crystal? Yeah. Okay.
I'm sure, like if she becomes a full-fledged Sith, he's gonna make her do that.
And I want
because right now she's just using his other saber because it splits.
Oh, and if they do something with Ahsoka, like if she gets back into the galaxy, and they could do something with.
That's what I'm saying. Like, who knows what happens with her in the future? Maybe she outlasts the Galactic Civil War.
You said Sith come back after.
Well, they're not going to now because the sequels. You can't do that anymore. Oh. Disney kind of ruined that avenue.
Yeah, they did.
Unless they go to where like the new Rey movie is going to pick up and they bring the Sith back. A lot they could do. I thought the Maul show was it was cool that they did like 2 episodes at once, so you're not like waiting for more.
Yeah. That's a cool thing.
But
even though I didn't watch it when it was airing,
I know you just binged it. Yeah, but it was two episodes at once. I thought that was pretty sick.
Why did they do that? That was so different.
I liked it.
I think they wanted to get it out before Mandalorian and Grogu came out, so they just wanted that to get the show out.
It's going to be the next video, guys.
Yeah, guys, the Maul show. I mean, we could talk about this. I could talk about this so much. There's a lot of stuff we didn't talk about. Yep. And then
I always love the underworld stuff when it comes to Star Wars.
Yeah, it was cool that they kind of there's like ruins and stuff there. I think Janix has appeared before. I don't think it was an original planet. I think or original to the show. I think it's appeared before, but I could be wrong. It's interesting to see like the Empire and like how their processes work and everything. And they weren't there, and then all of a sudden they show up and it takes over everything. And again,
fucking droid, man. He Lawson called it. He said the Empire would take over.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, it's not two boots' fault, but
it's kind of two boots.
But everyone knew Maul was going to fight Vader, and they did it perfectly. Like I honestly, because people were complaining like, oh, I wish Maul like gave him more of a fight. I'm not. Yeah. I think it was perfect.
Yeah.
And who knows? They might get a rematch, and obviously Vader's going to win again.
Yeah. I love Maul. I love Maul too, but come on, man. Like he's not going to be
Vader. Vader is the most powerful Sith for the most part.
Besides Palpatine.
Palpatine.
I love when he keeps on going into the smoke just to mess with them. And then like the wall scene where he just pulls it.
I know the horror aspect was pretty cool.
Yeah.
They really he was very similar to like Jason. He's just very relentless in that aspect. They did that on purpose.
Yeah.
So I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe we're gonna try and get a video out for the Mandalorian and Grogu. That will be our next video. So stay tuned for that. I don't know if there's nothing else you guys want to say. You could close it out.
Sure. Yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. I know we were kind of all over the place, so it wasn't very linear with how the show came out, but that's a good thing because just go watch the show for yourself if you haven't seen it already. And if there's anything that you think we got incorrect or that you wish we talked about, feel free to comment that. We could probably bring it up in another video. Maul's one of the best characters of Star Wars.
Besides Anakin, he's probably the best written character in Star Wars.
Yeah, like
Kenobi. Top 5.
Kenobi is slept on by a lot of fans. I will say, I did for years.
I'm not going to get into
as
the order,
I got older. I liked.
5.
What about Luke?
We're not getting into the order, but he's top 5. Maul's top 5.
Listen, Luke had a lot of wrongs. He had so much character development that just got thrown out the window because of the Last Jedi.
I'm excluding the sequels. Not talking about the sequels.
Yeah, we're not doing a ranking right now.
What about Han Solo?
We're not doing a ranking right now.
All right, stop bringing up every character.
Maul is top 5.
All right, guys. Grant needs to sometimes be duct taped.
What about Captain Rex?
Because this is why the video took so long.
What about
because he just does this and he doesn't let you finish. Love you, Grant. All right, guys. Thanks for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe and stay tuned for more.